A very kind gentleman made a Reddit post about me basically saying how a few days, I think 5 days into the AIP diet, and he's already seeing big improvements in his health. And this is basically the very simple advice I gave him was, have you looked at diet? And it's just great to see, or another reminder for everyone, if you didn't already know, as to how simple some of this can be to actually get initial improvements. What I thought for a video would be I'd actually go through the Reddit comments, which I've got in front of me here, to see what sort of content I can get for you. This is not planned. I've skim read these comments and some of them are quite funny and interesting. Here's one. Day 20 and it has done absolutely nothing for me. I find it very restricting and I'm trying to shift back into a no carb diet with meat again to see if I can stomach that. Yeah, just saying, very depressing January mood-wise. Just can't wait to get on biologics. I'm really here to happy that food alone will do it for you. I love those sort of comments. It's like, even if it's not working for you, it's like, glad this is working for you. It's not working for me. Crack on. Like, I think that's how it should be. But then what I'd say here to this guy is probably the advice I needed a lot of the time was day 20. Like, you've barely started. Some people can get the magic starts like I had and like the guy who made the post had, where you really feel it straight away. Some people it's not that simple. I find it very restricting. For me, the AIP diet, like apart from I'd say tomatoes, is like the bare minimum of what you have to do. Pretty much. It's if you're finding that restricting, you're gonna struggle, I'd say, because there's probably more you need to do. And what you're basically saying with that, if you can't do the AIP, which I spent years not being able to do fully, is I just want to eat crap food, and that's fine. But I don't know, it's just giving me that sort of energy that you're not really trying that hard, not willing to try that hard. I've been there, dude. I'm just making a comment. The creator actually gave a reply, which is interesting, saying, I'm sorry it's not working for you. It is incredibly restricted, but the difference I felt in such a short time feels like a miracle. I felt that. I've done nothing different in my life except start this diet. Woke up the next morning, sat up, walked to the bathroom and realised what I just did without feeling like I fell off the roof. That's good. That is so good. That just needs to be everywhere, doesn't it, for people to know that this is possible. Someone saying that they did it for 6 months trying to go no sugar or carbs and felt fantastic. Unfortunately, I wasn't strict about reintroduction and ended up back where I started. Yeah, I've also done that, and most people do. They get too excited if it works and they think they're cured forever and they don't need to diet at all anymore, and you just get back to where you were. So I feel you. My favourite comment, and I'm going to give it some airtime, yes, even though this is just ridiculous. The YouTuber describes his protocol. I don't know why that needed those, like, yeah, it's a protocol, it's a plan, as basically the AIP diet, in brackets, which is already sort of shady. Why is that shady, saying that my diet is kind of like the AIP diet? It is. You remove most of the obvious triggers, gluten, dairy, soy, sugars. Don't know what's shady about that, but okay. Plus thousands of dollars worth of supplements that he doesn't specify in the video, but I'm sure he'd be happy to sell to you. I don't sell any supplements. So no, I for sure help people choose the right supplements, and I know how to get to the bottom of choosing the right supplements for sure. But no, I'm not just trying to sell you a pill or a bottle. But obviously this guy's just a bit frustrated with whatever, and he hasn't watched any of my stuff or know anything, and he's just making that comment, which is fine. But my favourite at the end, I see no reason to pay more attention to this guy when he's setting off every grifter alarm bell. Perhaps I am, and if I am, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's not what all of the people that I've ever worked with and everyone I work with online right now says. They don't really say you're a grifter, they say thank you very much for helping me, and I say don't worry, I'm going to carry on because that's what I want to do. But I don't care about this. It's more, that's quite funny. I'll answer a few questions about that, but he doesn't know, or she, and that's fine. Someone asked, are you doing the supplements too? And the guy said, no, apart from magnesium. He wants to see how far he can get with the diet, just seeing how that experiment goes, and then he'll see. And that's basically what I say to everyone. If I get a message, it's like the first port of call, don't want to spend any money. In fact, save money. How about remove foods from the diet? Go with the AIP if you wanted something to follow, but just understanding what foods can do. This guy's doing that, and I absolutely love that approach. And he's not saying that, oh, I'm never going to try anything more, but it's like, yeah, you try what's in front of you and you go hard at it, and then you assess the next point. Okay, this one's a bit of an issue now. Just be careful about the no drugs thing. Biologic drugs are specifically designed to stop any more damage to your joints. Do a restrictive diet if you wish, but be aware that this is not going to stop the joint damage. Now, let me try and answer that one. I am not a doctor or scientist, and I don't know the ins and outs of biologics, but what I'm pretty sure I can see happening with ankylosing spondylitis is that the reason, or one of the big reasons why there's inflammation being sent to these joints, is because your body is sending it mistakenly. And there's a confusion going on with the immune system, which is happening from the gut, most likely. So saying, be aware that this is not going to stop the joint damage is, in my opinion, and from what I've seen, completely wrong. If you can stop the inflammation, you will stop the joint damage, because what is damaging the joint? It's the inflammation getting sent there. When people say this, the issue is, show me you've tried a lot of things and you've stuck to them and you've still had joint damage, then we can say, yeah, perhaps the joint damage is still there. But I can almost certainly say with these people is that they've never tried anything, and rather than seeing someone doing something different and thinking, wow, that might make a difference, and saying that, they go, actually, no, that isn't going to help it because I've been told this by whoever. So just letting you know that whatever you're doing doesn't really work. And it's like, come on. You don't know. I guess I don't know, but that's why I caveat a few things. But we're in the realms of don't know. So the definites aren't helpful. But we want to hear different opinions on what works, and we want to try things. So that's with these sort of comments where it's like you basically just can see that they're just upset that someone's trying something and they're putting effort in and it's working and they can't do it for themselves. It's like, yeah, it's not helpful. And no, I'm not against biologics, by the way. I actually work with people who are still on biologics while we do all the other work. That I understand we want to live a good life, and if they short term get you to where you want to get to, that's important. We've got to have a quality of life. Not against them, and I know that they can get rid of pains and symptoms that you want to get rid of. But the reason why people watch my videos and why I exist is because they aren't perfect. And to be honest, they're way less than that. They're really not great, and at worst, they can cause serious side effects and issues without really helping the issue. So, yeah, I'm not against them, but you got to understand that they are not doing the job that people want. I know it's an unpopular opinion here, but I do want to share that I'm not on any medications and progression has not been bad. And the rest of it, yeah, that's just a very helpful comment. Sure you can go and read it yourself. Do you have to stop NSAIDs for the AIP diet? No, you don't have to stop NSAIDs at all. You can still do the diet and get benefits from it. I imagine you're asking though, like, will it still work, the diet? And it's like, yeah, for sure. What you're doing with the AIP diet is you're removing the obvious and big triggers in terms of foods, and removing that no matter what else you're on is going to be helpful. Having good results on AIP as well. Love that. I'm very happy to see. There's way more comments and a lot of crap that I've just obviously not gone into, but that's quite funny. I've got a few bits of my opinion and my experience out there. If any of you want to go and read it, I'll probably just link it in the description. But yeah, if you disagree with anything I say, I've got your own point of view, I'm intrigued to hear. Just let me know in the comments below and we can have a chat about it. But end of the day, what we're all trying to do is basically get away from these sort of videos. We don't want to watch me talk about this. That's why we're here, because we want to enjoy life and not have to think about these health issues. We want a solid health to go and do everything else. But the reason we're here and talking about this is because this is tricky and it's hard. And I love these things because it gets people talking. You just got to be aware and make your own decisions and back your own decisions enough. So yeah, hope that helps. See you later, everyone.